Hello, this is the enthusiast for CollectionDX. Today I'm looking at a transforming toy straight out of China. It is not a bootleg, it is not a version, it is a wholly unique toy done in the style of the late great Binaltech, or alternators if you wish. It is a 1/24 scale die-cast vehicle, and it transforms into a robot. First thing you'll notice about this, which gets me really excited, is that for a Chinese toy of unknown origin, its fit and finish are terrific. I mean, the paint applications, the details, everything is really great on this. It's a very well put together, well engineered toy. Little touches like clear lenses. There's a ton of die cast. This entire front engine cover here is die cast. The cabin cover, the fenders here, it is a hefty, well-detailed, substantial piece. You can see there's some good articulation and details in the cabin. Really just top-notch. And if you were to just handle this, you would think it was very close to a Binaltech. So immediately it's pretty sweet from that standpoint. Now we're going to get into the transformation, and overall this thing is really surprising in the just the complexity of it. There is an awful lot going on here, as you will see, and some of it is a little baffling, but we'll take a look at it. First thing I'm going to do is take off the front of the engine cover, which will later become head. This is again a nice piece of die-cast metal. Then I'm going to detach this, I guess it's a winch, this kind of strange appurtenance here at the front. I'm just going to pull that out and detach the engine cover from that. Kind of wiggle these free. This will later become the arms. Then the whole cab, and once you kind of play with it, the whole cab will extend upwards. Okay, so I'm going to do that. When I do that, I'm going to pull back this smokestack assembly here, fold that backwards. I'm going to fold back these two mirrors right there. I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to pull out these engine covers, again, which will become arms. Pull them this way. The winch here I will disengage and there's these two pieces down here, which require us to turn this flange here, which will then release these, I guess, gas tanks. So you see here, there's kind of a floppy mess of weird stuff going on here. Does it look like a robot yet to you? Not to me either. So, push back the winch, and I am going to let this cabin descend a little bit. There's this bracket back here which will lock, hopefully, into these posts. So, with that done, I'm going to pick up these fenders, and they fold up and kind of cover this open space there. Not really elegant, but let me try to fold it this other way. A little clumsy, but that's what it looks like. Now for the feet. Believe it or not, these are feet. These things are kind of a nightmare. Now, there's no real elegant way to do this. I'm just going to kind of talk you through it. You see, you have to push this wheel in, then you have this floppy bit here, which unfolds to actually become a foot. And the weird thing is this axle here folds in on itself, and there's this little, I don't know, this little post here that needs to fold up into the wheel, into a hole in the wheel, and it's very difficult to do it without feeling like you're going to break it. It's kind of a flimsy weak point on the toy. So I'm going to do that with this other foot here. It's one of these things that I find at least difficult to explain on video or in pictures, but needless to say, it seems to be a little finicky. But all the same, I am impressed that, again, a kind of bootleg type toy, although it's not a bootleg, has that level of complexity involved in it. If I can ever get this post in here, I'll have this leg finished. Okay. So now, believe it or not, the feet are 90% finished. There are 2 brackets which fold down from the chassis here, and they are very difficult to fold out. They have a very sturdy clip holding them in place, which really makes it, again, a dangerous thing to do. These brackets back here will hold the foot into place. You click this fella in there, and the whole leg kind of comes together as much as it's going to come together, because it's kind of a strange assembly. So, would you believe me if I told you that this is 90% finished right now? You pull out these little guns from his arms, that panel back into place, and then you need merely take this front engine cover. It also comes supplied with another piece, which is the actually LED block that goes behind his head. You slide this fella on, and then the sunroof here flips over. There's a post on the top of that, and you can put his head right on there. So this is what you are left with. It is grotesque. It is bizarre. It only vaguely resembles a robot. The proportions are all wrong. It is mostly unarticulated. What you have is you can do this. You can wag his arms back and forth. You can pivot his head. Obviously, I like the fact that his eyes light up. But yeah, kind of a homely looking thing, which I incidentally love. I love ugly, weird robots, and he certainly delivers. I mean, it's really just an obnoxious-looking plaything at this point. It looks silly next to, you know, it's similar to Kara products, but it's kind of neat, and I think it's interesting that we're seeing this come out of China. I think it's sort of a harbinger of toys to come, and we're seeing more and more original properties come out of China, even if they are just blatant rip-offs of other toys, such as Macross or Transformers, but they're starting to make new stuff, which is interesting, and I think that, I mean, just the amount of intellectual resources they have, you're going to start, in addition to the manufacturing resources, you're going to start seeing a lot of new, interesting things, but I really like him because he's so bizarre looking, not for everyone, but I encourage you to check him out if you like this kind of thing. I got this fella at KO Toys, which is an excellent source online for robots and bootlegs straight from China. You get to see some really wild and interesting stuff there, and I highly recommend it. Thank you for watching. This is The Enthusiast for CollectionDX.